Ladies and gentlemen, we are tonight's entertainment.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
It's not what you know, it's what you can prove.
Yo, what up, people? It's Philly Council, live and direct with Unpopular Celebrities. Sit back, relax, grab your favorite beverage, your favorite snack, because we about to talk about all kinds of provocative stuff. Military, politics, sports, whatever you name it. Prepare for a roller coaster of emotions, knowledge, entertainment, and downright fun. Hey, but before we go further, hey, yo, Jess, what up, girl?
So it's like my mom always said, 2 tears in a bucket, mother.
What's up? It's Dev from the Unpopular Celebrities Podcast. Get ready for a podcast that brings the excitement right to your screen.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Flawless. It worked.
All right.
It worked.
You got some time on your hands, I guess.
Yo, what up?
So
Looking back, hey, I was trying to look at your face the whole time.
don't look at my face.
Pete thinks he's
Don't look.
Michael Hay, man.
Don't try to look at my face, man. I'm working on that. I'm working on controlling my face with my thoughts and separating the two. So I'm doing better and better.
Hey, as long as it didn't come out, you're good.
As long as what?
It didn't come out.
Oh, true. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
True. Hey, Chief Preacher, I guess you like the intro. I hope so. It's a lot of work. It wasn't easy at all.
Hey,
Sorry.
hey, man.
You asked
Hey,
me
man.
what was your favorite movie quote. I was like, I don't know if he ready for this.
Right. I thought
I brace myself too. Hey, anyway, real quick, what's up, Pete? Hey, Pete, let's throw a disclaimer out there right now. God knows what's about to come on today. But y'all already know who it is, Unpopular Celebrities. How y'all doing out there? Pete, Jess, B.
Are you gonna read it?
Yeah, I got it. Anything that comes from Unpopular Celebrities is all unofficial. None of the conversation, the comments from us or the guests represent the DOD or the armed forces. So don't hold nothing against nobody but us.
But don't hold it against me. Hold it against me.
No, hold it against you need to learn to be a team player. All right. One team, one fight, man. What's up, though?
Chilling, man. I had a long week, man. Family came to visit in the hottest day or the hottest time to ever come visit Arizona. I don't know why they did, but kids out of school in the summertime, so that's when they had to come.
Yeah.
So they came to visit out here. So we tried to make the best out of a hot situation. Went up to the Grand Canyon. I'm not sure if y'all been. I know, Mike, you ain't been up there, but I'm not sure. Del,
don't worry about what I do, man. Don't worry about what I do.
On the last show, you ain't been up there.
No, but why you got to bring up old stuff?
Jess, you been there?
No. I've been where Mike is now, Hawaii, and that was beautiful.
Oh, hey, yeah. Okay. You don't got one, you get the other. There we go.
But Grand Canyon was dope. But a 4-hour drive to go see stuff for like 2 hours and drive back another 4 hours is kind of, to me, not worth it. But it's straight to see.
Say that again.
I seen it twice. So the second time is just like,
all right.
Yeah. So, but they enjoyed it. That's all that matters. They enjoyed it. Yeah. Took them on to the base, saw the dorms, Brown. They got a lot of comments about the dorms. I'll give it to you offline about how you can fix your dorms. No, I'll just
hey, I can only imagine how that tour went too. He probably put you smooth on the spot to get my man Brown run that.
Yeah, he probably uploading on the page and stuff now.
Everything.
We went to the old dorms over there by ALS. I was like, yeah, these are new joints. These are prestige right here.
Oh, like, those are built like in the 70s, I think.
Yeah, like these are new joints. Yeah.
Housing.
You said what?
Yeah.
Don't be talking about that prestige housing.
I know. But y'all got the new dorms, right? Y'all got the new joints over there.
Yeah.
I seen pictures over there where Chief's at.
Oh, in Tyndall?
Yeah, they coming up pretty nice too.
Oh shoot. Okay. Yeah. Hey, they must have built them fast. Them Red Horse people must be Johnny on the spots out there.
And our contractors. Yeah.
Oh, see, I gotta give everybody.
Don't leave nobody out, man. Don't leave nobody out, man.
Gotta give
everybody out, man.
Yo, man. Mike, what's good with you? I know you had a crazy week again.
Oh man, bro. This is like I told you. This is the worst PCS I've ever had in 19 years, bro. It's been one thing after another. But we get through it. It is what it is.
Anybody in Hawaii, help Mike out a little bit, man. Hit him up.
This is I'm gonna get it done, man. I'm about to start kicking down doors. You know what I mean? That's just coming right in like Andre the Giant.
You too dang big for that, man. Just go in there peacefully, man. You already big as hell. Just go in there.
I tried that. I tried peacefully. It ain't working.
Yeah.
I tried to come with the peace, man. It ain't working. Then like I was telling y'all, my car, you can have your car on them ships, as long as it take a month or whatever the case may be. To anybody that don't know nothing about cars, if your car is going to sit for a little bit, if you got a car that runs off a battery, unhook it. Don't leave your battery hooked up. But you can't do that when you're shipping it. So my car get here, it's good for like a week and a half. Get to the NEX, car won't start. Battery dead. I had to walk to go get a battery, walk back. Bro, it's been terrible, man.
You got the charger over
Bruno, what's up, bro? Yeah. The charger finally came in, man. Bruno, what's up, man?
Bruno, good point. Big bully for no reason. No reason whatsoever.
If it's necessary, if he comes out, it's completely necessary.
On and off duty.
On and off duty. Jess, what's up with you? What's going on with you on your end?
Just chilling. I got the kids with me for the summer break. My daughter started a job on base working in the club making sandwiches, so that's been interesting. Talking about she's working with her grandmas. I said, don't tell them that. But I like that she's surrounded by good people. What's up, Bruno? Bruno and I were at Yakota together, y'all, and in INSO class together. So that's like that's my brother right there.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So Mike, you're out there with Brian Collins and Natalie Collins. I don't know if you already know them, but they're a really good couple for you to link up with out there as well.
Active duty?
Yes, active duty. But I'm gonna warn you right now, Brian. BC is a huge Dallas Cowboys fan. So,
that's cool because I don't watch football, so we ain't gonna argue about nothing. We ain't argue about it. I'm gonna link up. I'm gonna see if I can find them and link up. I'm still getting settled. Like I haven't even really done anything, man. But And before Bruno a little bully. He called me a big bully. That dude a little bully. I just had to throw that out there when I say his name when I message. Just yeah, I ain't never seen somebody say.
Like when we were in NCOA, like he would make me laugh because you know how you're in those environments and you try to see the person that's gonna rise to the occasion. And Bruno was like, "Stop trying to play like you done, player. You teach us every day." So like we were sitting side by side, and he was like, "I know you ain't missed no questions on that test." I said, "Well, why I gotta get like a 100 on this?" Yeah. So then we were going over it, but yeah, Bruno put a lot of classmates in their place, and I just enjoyed our vibe because me and Bruno, it's like we know each other, so it's like ping pong. He had one, I had the other one, so
yeah. I probably wouldn't. I don't want to be in that class with y'all. They had to separate the three of us.
Oh, we had fun. When I tell you, like, he was in there bullying people too. He was like, "You better make sure you give player her props."
But yeah, that's how I am. Yeah. Always trying to bully somebody. He I know he's gonna talk shit, but he about 5'3". He about 5'3", even though he probably not. He a little bit taller.
Size people like that. Taraji said, "We tiny, but we mighty." Okay.
Hey, that's my bro, man. Bruno, a good dude, man. Shout out to him, man.
Dale, you hit the fights last night or what?
Oh yeah. I was finally got to tune into the UFC fights, watch those. Last night we went to cousin's birthday party, 30th birthday, so that was cool with the fam. Was able to bring the daughter and show her around to the in-laws and stuff like that. We did that. Yeah, and then celebrated a retirement celebration of service on Friday. That was cool. So, I saw Prince. She retired. Oh yeah.
Wait, who retired?
Prince retired.
Yeah.
Word?
Yeah.
Congratulations. Shout out to her. Congratulations. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was awesome. So we did that and celebrating a couple of techs in our squadron as well. So that was good. That was good seeing them get that stripe. So yeah, it was good week.
Yeah. Congratulations to all the tech sergeants out there too, man. Go ahead, Peter.
Yo, what you think about did you see when Izzy came into the ring and made his comment?
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't bleep out the 10 N-words.
I mean, you couldn't. It's live. So, Mike, I know you didn't see it. So,
how you know, man? How you know, man?
Did you watch it?
How you know, man?
Did you watch it?
How you know? But how you know? But how you know?
That's an internet connection, Mike.
Hey, man. Hey, how you know? Look, man. You know what?
You right. I should judge. Mike,
there you go.
In case you didn't watch the fight last night, there was a fight on last night. So Israel Adesanya came into the ring last night because he's about to fight the winner, the dude who won last night. He beat the crap out of his other dude, but he about to fight him. So they do like a little promo thing, little head off thing, try to up the fight, which is like 6 months out. But man, this dude came in the ring and dropped about 12 N-bombs. And this dude, Israel white. Black, that dude white, and he just caught, every other word was an N-bomb. And he just dropping. And they didn't break him up for nothing. I was like, what the world? What's up, Chief Woods?
Yeah, about that.
Bro, it tripped me out. And like Dale said, like, why ain't nobody stopping? They had the mic right there. Like,
Joe was holding it. I was like, all right.
Controversy, man. They that drama, man. That drama is in everything, man. People. Yeah, I ain't even gonna get into it, but that is the drama behind it.
You know what's funny? I thought about you when you said like negativity has a lot more pull than positivity for whatever godly reason.
Bro,
do something crazy, do something negative, like people are all about it. You sitting there, save a cat off the middle of the street, they watch it one time, be like, all right, delete that.
Yeah. Or somebody criticize, why he in that tree trying to save that cat? Trying to save the cat, man. You know what I'm saying? But I told you, try it one day. Post something negative or something. Hey, people gonna come out the woodworks. Everybody got comments. You're gonna have 72 million likes, all kind of stuff. You post something positive, like 3 people.
How Kiki Palmer felt this week.
Oh wow!
I seen somebody.
What happened?
We might talk about that one.
I don't even know. Y'all gonna have to break it down.
Go ahead, Jess. Yeah, let's we can chop that one up.
Yeah.
Wait, somebody break that down. I have no idea what happened.
Yes, so I know the service level, but Chief, interrupt me if I'm wrong. But she was getting serenaded by Usher, and she has a boyfriend, right? I don't think they're married.
Or I think he did say something about boyfriend.
Yeah. This the baby mama, I guess.
Where was this at?
Child's mother, Dale. Don't make me come over there.
The mother, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It was at some event, but he was serenading and he made comments, and they got on him about that. But I'll let Chief expound on that.
I agree. I think so. Even the internet trolls posted a picture, because she played in TLC as well, like their buyout. But when she was in that TLC buyout, she was also playing the role as Chili. But with any woman that has given birth, like we find great pride when we get back to like a certain level of weight or level of confidence after giving birth. So that's how I took it. I'm just like, you know what? She's out on the night, maybe with the girls. I don't know. But I look at Usher as being one of those like performers where, it's a certain vibe. But her child's father went on the internet and basically said, like, yo, you a mom. What you doing wearing like that type of outfit out, for lack of better terms. But I just think, like, I was talking to my partner about it, and he was like, that's a conversation that should have been had at home. Well, I agree, but I'm going back to the baseline. Like, they're not married. They're single, dating with intent to possibly get married. But I just think I'm gonna add this little blurb in. Like, I listened to TD Jake's sermon this morning. He was like, when it comes to men and women, we're in this era where we don't know how to compliment each other. It's so much competition. So that's how I viewed that post too. I'm like, because there was some women coming in for him. Like, I know you ain't talking with your underwear and no t-shirt on.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I just think she got drugged, for unnecessary reasons.
So was like she like overly enjoying it, or was she just playing
from what I saw, the thing add on, she was enjoying it. It could have been for entertainment. Here's the thing. I mean, the most entertainment world that I've been in, that we all in, is probably this right here. You know what I'm saying? So it probably was for entertainment, right? And they in whatever type of little relationship they in. He had a problem with what she had on, and just the whole event piece leading up to however Usher was, serenading her or whatever the case may be. But I think his biggest piece was what she was wearing.
Yeah.
So
really?
So I think it was like sheer see-through or something like that. So he had an issue with it. It's on the net, But I guess it's a different world when you in that, and when you in entertainment like that. You're an actress, you're a singer. She probably do modeling or whatever the case may be. And he expressed how he felt via social media, and then it just kind of went back and forth. But I'm with Jess. I do want to ask a question to you, Jess. You said they're dating or they working towards something, but it to me, what the little bit that I saw read, they in some sort of relationship. You know what I mean? So what I seen a video before I go any further. I seen a video earlier that said the greatest destruction of most relationships is uncommunicated expectations. I think it said the biggest destroyer of any relationship, marriages, is uncommunicated expectations. So to me, that was a perfect example of it, because if y'all in some sort of relationship like that and you communicating, right, and you got a problem with that, right? Hey, I would appreciate if you didn't wear this, that, and third. And if she agrees, she agrees. If she don't, then that's something y'all deal with. Or he don't, vice versa. But I think that's what happened there. It was uncommunicated expectations, and it just, they let their internals get external with social media, and then now you got a billion plus opinions on your relationship. You know what I mean? So that's my opinion on it. But yeah.
But you know what, too, Mike? It makes me go back because I saw a few pictures of when Sierra, who's married to Russell Wilson, and when she was like in her fishnet or cane, it was like see-through. So, and they're married, but at the end of the day, I'm with you. I think one of the things that I enjoy right now in this phase of my life is, communicating with my partner in a manner that is like open, like you just said, at home. But we also talked about like, what are some of those unbearable traits that you see in this person that you're trying to create a life with? Because sometimes we see those unbearable traits. And what I'm talking about is like, you got a level of impatience to you. Like, we out, you blowing a horn, like you don't know how to, you always, fidgety. Or we having conversations and I'm bringing things to you and you gaslight me instead of just sitting in the conversation. Don't deflect, don't shift it. Those are the things that I would view as unbearable. But again, that shouldn't be it shouldn't be publicly announced on Facebook. But I think that's what we go to. Like, you get on Facebook sometimes and people will post things and they'd be like, well, it's not about my life, but you're thinking it, because someone may be going through those similar situations. But yeah, in terms of them, because that's what I compared. I was like, when I saw him commenting, I thought about Russell Wilson and Sierra, because I'm like, they're married and he didn't have an issue, with what she was wearing. But here you go, a guy, you're not even married, nor have you proposed to her for engagement. And you got to comment about it.
Yeah. But the thing is, what I think what Russell and Sierra did best was, even if he did have a problem with it, we didn't know and we wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I think that's because he could have had a problem with it, but he didn't bring it outside their door. You know what I mean? It could have stayed between them. And again, like I said, those two situations, uncommunicated expectations, and bringing your problems to people that don't live with you, right? And that goes across the board with anything. Like, even if we tied it in personal, we tied it in professional. If you got a problem with somebody, right, and you have some sort of relationship with that individual, or there's supposed to be some type of trust or loyalty between the two of you, y'all got a problem. That problem starts between y'all. Obviously, it's between y'all. So you communicate those problems between you and that person you had a problem with, right? And I think we all make mistakes, because it's like, a lot of us, we try to find those people that's going to side with us, right? To try to give us that, yeah, you're right? But then it comes back around to who's in your circle. Because I got to be able to call. If I call you, Jess, or I call Brown, I call Pete, and I'm like, hey, let me give you X, Y, Z. I need y'all to be like, well, Mike, yeah, I hear you, but you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? You need to circle back. You need to go and apologize. You know what I mean? But people so busy needing that or wanting that validation, even when they're incorrect, right? And they don't keep it between them and whoever else the problem is. It goes out to the world. Now you got the world opinionated on something that ain't none of their business. You know what I mean? So I think that's what they did. They kept it to themselves. If he had a problem, he had a problem. We'll deal with it when we get back home. But for now, I'm out here, you know? But communication is important, man. When everything that you do is important. What you got, Pete? You had some facial expression.
Is this dude who she's dating, is he famous, or is he just?
I don't know the dude.
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
I
he
think
could be background famous.
Maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe he's just trying to use her to upscale his Twitter or his Instagram or his whatever, Facebook or whatever the hell social media he has. He's just trying to use her to pretty much start drama when there don't need to be drama. Or you know what's crazy? I was thinking, what if they already worked something out? Like, hey, I'm gonna post this thing. It's gonna act like I'm mad at you, but I'm not really mad at you.
Just a trend.
Yeah. I mean, it worked. If that's the thing, it worked. I mean, because I think, like Mike said, like, negativity breeds a lot more. So if you start something like that, we already worked it out between us. Like, yo, this is gonna up. And I'll be very interested if she drops a song in the next like 3 to 4 weeks. Then I'll be like, all right, this stuff is coming together.
You know what it was.
Well.
You know what it was. Yeah.
or a movie. You got to do, or a movie or something. But that's what you got to do sometimes.
That's what August and Jada did.
What? Oh yeah, sure right. Yeah,
August had the entanglement single ready to fire up. I'm waiting to press launch.
Hold on, now, but with the entanglement, that was funny because so many people asking like, "Hey, what type of relationship are you in?"
Right.
He almost started a new trend word.
He did start it.
New media in the dictionary.
Yeah, that's another example. Putting your business in places where it don't belong, man. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, y'all got to work it out. You know what I mean? Like I said, you talk about personal and professional. At the end of the day, y'all got to work it out. Whatever the agreement is, let's never talk again. Let's fix it. Y'all got to work it out. But when you got 50 other people in your situation, they're going to turn into whatever they want to. It's strength in numbers. You know what I'm saying? All 4 of us probably got different opinions about that situation. They're going to turn into the less people you deal with when it comes to those type of problems, the better off you are, man. They let it hit social media, they let it hit the world. Okay. Everybody else controlling it.
And it's there forever. It's there
Bro,
forever. Yeah,
it happens. Yeah, it happens with everything, man. Like, I mean, again, we switch it to us. You got a troop and a supervisor got a problem. Instead of them talking about it, now you done involved all these other people, and it now becomes miscommunication. You know, everybody's opinion instead of you just sitting down. And the problem could have been this big. Now it's this big because y'all didn't talk. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. I saw
Nikki-
Babs is
So that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Her dress was cute though.
Oh man, Dale popped out. Yeah, what the world?
That's all that matters, right?
And then Nikki put the show. Thank you, girl. That's that country right there. Like,
was it cute though? I didn't even see it. I don't feel like
I'm being honest. For her to have just, recently had her baby, I thought it was cute. And I can see how some people were looking at the photo, just, her crotch with his crotch, like, but again, I just don't think, and this may go back into the military when we tell people, just because I'm dressed a certain way does not invite certain behaviors. So I just think about that aspect with her dress. I'm like, just because I have this on, it will or might invite comments that I'm not ready for. But I feel like she wore it. She was going to be prepared for whatever anybody had to say for her.
So let me ask you a question since you brought that up. I've been going to the gym lately, and I've been seeing a bunch of females in there. They got their shirt tucked into their sports bra in the back, or they bra or whatever, another shirt, whatever. Now, I'm just being honest. Like, I don't get the point. I really don't get it. A lot of girls will say, I'm working on that body part. I want to see, the muscle group move and stuff like that. And I get it. I do the same thing, right? Wear a cutoff shirt when I'm doing arms or something like that because I want to see it working. Got that. But when you're doing arms and you got that, I just don't get it. So somebody got to tell me, if I look like The Rock, and The Rock a good looking dude, right? If I look like him, or we'll just say Michael B. Jordan, because that's your dude, right? That's everybody's dude, I think. If I look like Michael B. Jordan, no.
What?
Okay, if I look like Michael B. Jordan, and I notice that you're wearing that, and I come up to you and say, "Oh my goodness, like you look good" or whatever, you probably take that as a compliment, like thank you. But if I look like a scruff or somebody that you're not interested in, make the same comment, you might be offended by it. So my thing is, what you're saying is like what you're wearing will give a certain vibe off. Do you know that going into what you're wearing, or do you just like, oh, I look cute?
I think honestly that's to the individual, because for me, I don't know. It just depends. Like I was having this conversation yesterday, and it was like I went to I go to Jasmine Sullivan concerts all the time.
Man, I love Jasmine Sullivan. I didn't know she was mad.
I'm with you on that. She can sing.
So like,
she can sing.
I dressed for hers, but in June I went to Erykah Badu. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wore a t-shirt, some shorts, and some tennis shoes because of the vibe that I got from that artist.
Okay.
So that's what I like to dress accordingly to, like the vibe that I'm going to. But yeah, now sometimes I am very mindful because it was one comedian and he was like, half of y'all women sending this audience into your Zara and Fashion Nova. So I just like these outfits that I'm wearing ain't from Fashion Nova too much. But I don't know. I think as women that are in the gym, or just women, period. Like I see a lot of women that in my family, they're very, we big boned. Like they either got, they're heavy up top or they're heavy on the bottom. But they do not care. My cousins them's gonna roll in there with their crop tops and they leggings. And you ain't going to find this person with some ham hocks on them. So that's what because I tell them sometimes, I'm like, yo, like I go to the gym often and y'all be putting on stuff that I won't wear. But I just think that's that individual confidence that we have for each other or for ourselves.
But do you realize that it brings a certain level of attention?
It does.
And I think when people, I respect that people say, yeah, it does. And it is what it is. And I'm ready to accept that. But when people just like, no, I'm just doing it for me or blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, chill out. Like, I understand there's an aspect of that, but chill out. All right. It's just like, I hate to put myself in there, but if I look like Michael B. Jordan walking around with no shirt on, I expect a level of attraction or a level of attention that I'm gonna get if I walk around with a hoodie on. It's gonna be a little bit different.
I think people know. I think people.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Some people know what they're doing, and some people go out for that attention. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, are you in the type of situation where you should be going out for that attention, or are you in the type of situation where, you know, because you got some people to say, you know, I'm doing this for, you know, the person that I'm with, right? But if y'all alone or y'all together and you never do that, but you only do that when you out, whereas, you know what I mean? Like, so how you doing this for me? But when you don't do that on a regular basis, we together on a regular basis. But when we go out, it's something different. And how is that to be believed? You know, so I think some people do go out for that type of attention. But are you in that type of lifestyle to you know, to be out there, or to do it for that external attention? Right? That's just my opinion. And I always like, you know, controversial conversations like this because it needs to be discussed. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of people that's in situations that need to hear it and get those type of those views on things. But I think it depends on your situation. Like Jess said, if they just working on something, they not together, you talking, then do that, right? But if you in a relationship or you married, you know what I'm saying? I think at the end of the day, it comes down to respect. You know, do you respect your partner and vice versa, right? Because as a man, you know, like you said, whether you working out or not, you going out. I'm gonna throw it out there, right? Because I always go back and forth. Me and my wife joke about it. The gray sweatpants.
I was
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing.
I bring up them sweatpants though.
Right. Nah, I mean, let's talk about it. You know what I mean? You know, the gray sweatpants. And it's the same. But the thing is this, like Jess just said, you said your cousins with the crop top and the leggings, right? Women gonna wear leggings all day long. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I mean? But it's like, you doing it for you doing it for the person you with, you know, or you doing it for somebody to be out there, looking for you, right? I throw an example out there. It was a lot of uproar when Steph Curry wife had her little sting, you know, prior to this last one. And she was like, you know, she want to be looked at like these girls, or she want to be whatever she said, basically saying, to me, I took it as, I wish I had attention from other men. That's what I took from what she said. You know what I mean? And somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But why do you want that? What are you out looking for attention from other men when you got you married to one of the most skilled shooters in the NBA? He got money. He probably can buy you everything that he wants. You have your own money. You probably can buy yourself. So, but why are you out there looking for, if this was the thing, because this is what I gathered from social media, and I could be wrong, but this was my perception of it. Why do you even want the attention of other men that's out there, unless he's not giving you that? Then I could see that. But y'all let me know where y'all at with it. That's my opinion of
it. Dale, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm coming in late, but she did something recently too. She was on like a talk show or something like that. I don't know if y'all said this, but the dude came out and she acted like she was taking off her ring.
Oh, I missed that.
There's like little cues like that.
I thought we talked about that on here. I thought we talked about that. But anyway, go ahead, B.
Nah, this happened like a couple of weeks ago. She was trending again. But yeah, this is like I agree with you. Like everything you're saying, like this man can provide everything, but you can't not, if he's not showing you the attention. He does have a high tempo job where he's not in Sacramento or wherever he lives at the time. All week he's traveling, summer league, stuff like that. But you know, you should at least give him the benefit of the doubt. But if she's doing it just for fun, or if she has ill intentions, that's messed up. But yeah, it's little subliminal shots that, like, I think a lot of females get away with more than men. I think we get crucified when we do little stuff like that. But I don't know. That's just me. That's my 2 cents.
What you think, Jess? I see them thoughts brewing over there. What you got?
So I'm just torn because I think, okay, so just hear me out. If you guys are out, y'all chilling at a cigar lounge, and you know there's some beautiful women in there, and y'all are married, but those women approach you, it subconsciously is like, you know what, I got that dime piece at home, but you know, this little interaction just lets me know like I still got it. That's how I view what she was doing. You know, it's like, I don't think that he's not giving it to her, but when she is away from him, it's like, you know, I want to know or feel like I still got it out there. That's how I view it with her. Now, as far as the ring, I think that's a little bit egregious. Like, I mean, you are married to one of the top players in the NBA, and it's like the one that I do admire the most is LeBron James' wife.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whenever you see them move, how they operate as a family, like, I love how they display themselves. And that's why I look at her and, you know, Steph Curry's wife, Aisha, and it's different. So it's like, from those elements, what do they truly value as a couple or a family?
Right.
I'm gonna put this comment out there by Bats, man.
She said,
go ahead.
You got it?
No, I don't.
Come on, man. I believe the narrative that women dress for the attention of others should die, though. We dress for ourselves.
Let me go.
Yep, go ahead.
Baps, I'm with you, but it'll never die because you have the few that represent the many. And let me say that again. You have the few that represent the many because they see one or two. It's just like being a cop. They see one cop that looks like a dirtbag. They think all cops look like a dirtbag, right? So you see one female that's out there dressing for attention, and she is a display in that. They're gonna think every female that's dressing like that is dressing for attention. It's not right. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying that as a married dude I would ever talk to anybody like that, or as a single dude, it's very unattractive for me to see that, to be honest. But I don't think it'll ever die. I because there are very few out there that do it for attention. And I'll be honest, like when you see and going back to the gym thing, you see the girls at the gym and they have a face full of makeup on. I'm like, yo, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I mean, now, do I brush my hair before I go to the gym? Yeah, I do. Do I brush my teeth? I do, but I don't understand the makeup thing because if I'm not wearing the same thing I'm wearing to the club, to the gym, I'm not doing that. And I think when you have females out there that are doing that, and I hate to just pick on female because there's dudes out there that do it too. They go to the gym and they make sure they're wearing the right thing, and they make sure they're wearing the gray sweatpants or the tight joggers or whatever the world, or wearing, the cutoff shirts.
Black hairspray that be dripping when they sweating.
Yeah.
Don't forget that spray.
So I understand it's on both sides, but I think the narrative is not just for females; it's for everybody. Everybody do it. Hold on,
it's for everybody. All right, she said, "Yeah, that's why I be in that 0430. How you got makeup on, laughing my ass off, but it happens. But Chief, he can always be Chief Brown to me. But Jamel said, "Yeah, yo, straight up, who are we to judge anyone?" Correct. And then he said, "P, you don't have to get it, right? But I agree. You don't have to get it. Like why they wear makeup?
Yeah.
No, I do got to understand it because if not, I'm gonna judge you.
But two ways. Who are we to judge? But everybody do it. We all gonna find a reason, and we all gonna find something to judge somebody else for. But at the end of the day, ain't none of us perfect. I don't think it's about. To me, it's not a judge thing, right? Because if you live in your own life, right, and I'm just gonna say, if you single, do what you do. If you single, do what you do. But if you in a relationship, or you better yet, you marry, and if you in a relationship, you working towards something with somebody, right? Or you marry and your marriage is, you haven't communicated nothing to your spouse, right? But yet you out externally looking for attention, or you he said nah.
I agree.
What did I say?
Moisturized, hydrated, and mind my own business.
Look, I do be minding my business. I just be thinking in the back of my head. I ain't gonna go up to him and start a dang conversation like, "Why are you wearing that?" I'm just be like, "Man, that's crazy," and then I'm gonna go about my way. That's it.
But we here. We supposed to put it out here,
right? If I see somebody walking down the street looking crazy, I'm like, "Man, that's crazy," and then I forget all about it.
Yeah,
so that's why I say I ain't gonna sit there and be like, "You shouldn't do that. That's fucked up. Go wash that off your face." I ain't gonna do that.
That's definitely not our place. And you're probably gonna get jumped by the other 4 people she in the gym with.
They can't see me. They ain't ready.
But I mean, like at the end of the day, we all have our opinions on things, man. But I think, like I said, it comes down to mutual respect it comes down to, and I'm gonna say this and then ask a question. It comes down to expectations. Now, let me ask the three of y'all. What are y'all opinions on? Let's say neither one of y'all are married, right? You out there dating, right? You dating.
You want to be no part of it.
Hey, get back in here, Pete. You already done jumped in.
Oh, Pete, I'm not married. So what is the question?
All right, Jess. So you out dating, right? You dating, you getting to know people or a person or whatever the case may be. What is your opinion on giving expectations, right? Like you sit down, you in the process of getting to know this person, or I'm gonna ask you two things, but I'm gonna stick with this one first. Get to know this person.
Okay.
And you say, well, y'all having a conversation. You say, well, I'm just want to tell you a little bit about myself or what I'm looking for. Like you said, I don't want somebody that's going to have, this type of trait that's going to gaslight me. I'm not looking for nobody that's going to gaslight me, right? I'm expecting somebody to have this amount of credit score, or I'm expecting what? Nah, and I'm being straight up, right? Because. And I'm gonna relate it to us again, right? When you get a new troop, what you supposed to do?
Clean slate.
Clean slate, right? You give them that initial feedback. What's that initial feedback? I'm giving you my expectations. So what is y'all opinions on expectations on the beginning or the initial of a relationship?
So with me, it's crazy. I don't know if y'all look at this show, but it's called Ready to Love with Uncle Tommy.
That's a good dude. Hey, I mean, we watched both seasons, but I like that dude. As a host, I really like that dude.
Me too.
Because he give it to you like, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Look at it. So like this season, I'm not gonna go into details, only for one, but it's one guy on there, like he is on the vote to be, kicked off of the show. Mm-hmm. But he's actually one of the guys that I would date. He has 4 kids and he got married twice to the ex-wife. And I say that like looking at all of them, like you said, what are some of those expectations? My expectations coming into a relationship is knowing like, hey, I am a mom of 4 kids and those kids are very important to me. And I think getting to know a man and his values, and the value base has to be God, first of all. But those are the things I tell people, like, some people like, oh, I need you to earn my trust. No, pimping. It ain't enough time in the world for me to sit up here and earn your trust. I'm going to go in with all of my trust and I'm going to afford you the opportunity to disappoint me. Now, when you start to disappoint me, that's when we're going to have those conversations about the things that are unbearable for me. But I had to get rid of that checklist mentality of what type of man I'm looking for. I just want someone that is going to add value to my life, who's going to compliment me. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I ain't looking for nobody to be in competition with me. I want us to compliment each other and don't forget about our purpose in life. Mm. So those are the things that I truly look for. Like, what do you value and what is your purpose in life? I ain't going off of no potential. Mm. Pete, was that okay?
That was perfect. Yeah, that was perfect. You good.
What y'all think?
I'm gonna sit this one out.
Oh Lord.
Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I guess especially with I guess it depends on the maturity of the individual as well. Like my expectations or what I see in a female now that I'm, in my 30s was different than when I was 19, 20. So when speaking on right now, I expect you to have a level of confidence, independence, and like she was saying, pouring into me. Like I don't want to be the person making decisions every single time, stuff like that. I want to value your opinion and see what you bring to the table, and of course communication, some type of faith, and yeah, this. You're my yin yang. Like I don't need you to compete with me. I don't need you to be that person that's always out there, craving attention. But compliment me to, so you're like pretty much a representation of me if I'm not around. They're like, oh, I know that's Dale's wife right there. So something like that. If I was single.
No, I saw it's a
disclaimer like I'll
I saw it. I don't know if y'all follow. It's in what Nikki say. In any situation, you have to teach others how to treat you. 100%. Well, I agree with that 100%. I don't know if y'all follow. It's a I would say a podcast. It's called Upset the Gram. You ever seen it? He on Instagram. It's called Upset the Gram. So he always on there. He always be big on religion and stuff like that. But he always try to tie in relationships and stuff. So he brought that up. He was saying, what's the difference between like now, I guess, relationships back then and then relationships now, and then the biggest thing. That's where I got the uncommunicated expectations from. Like while being in a relationship and in marriage, and then also prior to, like when you getting in there, because you want to know who you getting involved with. You know what I'm saying? And that's with any situation. So I thought it was a good question, because I wonder if that's happening, because people get in relationships now and then you get 2-3 months down the line talking to Aaron, they're like, yeah, I'm getting married. You've been married for a year. Like, you only been married for a year. You're getting divorced. You know what I'm saying? That's what I meant. I'm getting divorced. You've been married for a year. Like, what happened? Like, were there any expectations that were set? Did that happen? Like, what? Like, where you at with that? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's important, though. So I just figured I'd throw it out there. Pete, you all right over there, man? You still hanging in there?
Y'all doing y'all thing. I like it. Go ahead, keep doing y'all thing. Keep doing y'all thing.
Where Chief at though? He ain't firing no more shots at you. So I guess you safe now.
It's his anniversary, so he on his anniversary thing. They up there doing their thing or whatever at a resort or something like that. So they doing their thing. So that's what's up. I didn't expect for him to be on, even though he said he was. I didn't expect for it. So he got a pass for the day, just today and today only. But yeah.
I don't know. So, but I know the only
subject, or we gotta stay on that.
Go ahead, man. We ain't talking about UFC. We ain't talking about UFC though.
No. The episode that we have to do, Mike, without him. So Mike,
exactly.
We got
to kick me the hell out of this thing. But anyway,
you could be the engineer, man. You the best at that anyway. You the best at that. Go ahead, bro. What you got? What you going? You supposed to transition to it. You can't just say, "Can I take it?"
There's no transition to this one.
Go ahead, bro. What's up, man?
Hey, Paul's new book. Just picked up a new book. Yeah. I don't know how to go into it now, because I'm just like, hey, it got nothing to do with what we just talked about.
Go ahead.
You want to talk about
man.
Threads?
You started.
So I was going to talk about Threads. That's so funny you bring that up. Let's talk about great transition. Oh man, Dale. Look, I could always count on Dale to come through in the club.
What is Threads? Are
you serious?
Yeah.
So Threads.
I think I know, but go ahead.
Yeah, Threads is the 6-year-old version is the Twitter killer. So Instagram, Meta put out Threads to kill Twitter, because if you don't know, Elon and Mark Zuckerberg have a beef, right? And they were all talking about getting the ring and all this BS. But anyway, so it's funny how we talked about the Kiki Wyatt.
Palmer. The man said Kiki Wyatt.
I'm so sorry. Kiki Palmer situation. Can I make a mistake?
Yeah, you can. Go ahead.
Wyatt got, Pete?
How many
kids does Kiki Wyatt have?
I have no idea.
That's your homework.
That's my homework. Hey Siri. I'll just like oh man.
But anyway, what's up though?
So Mark Zuckerberg put out Threads, which is just Twitter, but you have to have an Instagram account to have a Threads account. And all Threads is just basically Twitter, but for Instagram. And so he put that out there to pretty much kill Twitter. But that's a new thing going out. Another social media thing that people are gonna have to get on. Another social media thing, but you have to have an Instagram account to have that. But it has something like it set the record for the most.
Yeah, I was trying to find that.
Yeah, for the most hits or the most people that got onto the platform within a certain amount of time. It's like the fastest to get to 1 million. Before that, go ahead, Del. So I don't sound too crazy.
Threads grew to. It doesn't say the millions, but it was less than 2 hours that took Chat GPT to get 5 days, Facebook to get 10 months, Instagram to get 2.5 months, Twitter 2 years, Netflix 3.5 years. First platform to reach 1 million users. So so Threads got it in 2 hours.
Yeah. So
how you know those numbers real?
That's a good point.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because we talk about it's so much out there that falsified numbers. Like even with music, right? When Jay-Z talked about Billboard, like who was Billboard to really say that you know, this person is doing. How we know those numbers real, man? Social media is controlling.
I mean,
everything.
wait. I think with those numbers, you could check and see how many people have got added to a platform.
How? When AI is doing everything.
Now, bots, yes, and that's what I was about to go to, right? You could have 100,000 bots out there for one account, and that could be 100,000 people as it looks on their algorithm. But you're absolutely right, and I think it's another thing, man. I just had a good conference call last night, yesterday afternoon, and they said, let me just ask a question. Dale, you in school right now, or you just graduated?
Yeah, just graduated.
Oh, Jess, you got your degree?
I graduate in May next year.
Okay, Mike,
working on it.
So what if I told you that education is going to be irrelevant in the next year?
It's already started.
Yeah. So you know what's crazy? They said that your education is not even going to be on your resume anymore. Nobody cares about your education. It's all about what you have experience. And what you have experience with. That's all it's going to be about. And I was thinking, I was like, man, you know, in the Air Force, we kind of got rid of experience. We kind of thought experience wasn't really that big of a deal anymore. What do y'all think is that? Go ahead.
I wouldn't say we got rid of experience. It shifted. You know what I'm saying? It was one thing was highlighted more than the other, and then now it's back to high. Because if you think about it, now you grade in packages, they want to see duty performance. What's your primary duty performance? And then everything else come behind it. Because if you ain't doing your job, then what does everything else matter? If you can't, you here to do your job first and foremost. So I don't think that we took it away. I think it's kind of just what highlighted was shifted. That's what I think.
So you think it's going to shift back? Because that's really
I think it already has.
Really?
Yeah, I think it already has.
Jess, what you think?
So for the education piece, that's why I'm throwing it, because in the military, when we came in, everything was so black and white. So that's why I like the education piece, because it allows you to break out of that framework of, always looking for somebody to tell you what to do. I love like the experience piece. I'm torn because I kid y'all not, like trying to enter the civilian sector is different. It's difficult in trying to translate what we do on a day-to-day basis into the civilian sector, because yes, they're looking for experience. The only experience I think they really appreciate from us is our discipline, because we are very disciplined, and whenever we get with the organization, we try to uphold those values. But the education piece, with AI, I don't know if y'all heard from the Breakfast Club when you had that lawyer that had used the chat
to pass the bar.
Yeah, but then when he went there to present the case, it wasn't, the references that AI gave him wasn't even true. Wow. So it's like you went to use that and your client lost because of you. So that's why I'm just like, AI, I would hope that people would not stop going to school. But since we're talking about schools, Pete, I do want to transition out of there and talk about the affirmative action piece, especially when you talk about HBCUs.
Educate me.
So I don't know if you paid attention to the Supreme Court ruling as far as affirmative action being a part of some of the universities.
I've seen something on it, but not much, right? Which I probably should, but go ahead.
Okay, so I am going back to Instagram only because it was an article that I found, and I don't want to misquote it. But basically, you have so many people complaining that yes, it's being removed, but it was one lady in particular. She's an anchor, I want to say for CNN.
Why are you looking at BAPS? I understand that it's still on there now. I'm saying in a year from now, it's going to be, I think it's going to be irrelevant. But go ahead, Jeff.
No, I'm saying like, even with you saying that education is going to be relevant, years from now, it's just the fact that a lot of people, for example, at Alabama State, it is a HBCU. So they would give out scholarships to anyone that was not, Black to go to those schools. So now you got to look at those schools like Harvard, for example, that had that affirmative action that's no longer going to be considered. So you think about all the people who went to Harvard, like their kids is going to get in because, alumni, like their parents went there. You think about all the donors that went there. But from a HBCU perspective, my thing is, what about, those environments where they have graduates? Do they have donors that money is coming from those people that graduated from those schools? But I'm just saying, like, from an education perspective, like, what are we going to do with that? Because a lot of people feel that it's not going to be equal when we look at education. They feel like we're going back to being segregated again.
Yeah.
So I'll drop it on the link.
Yeah.
When we post our story.
Yeah.
I want to look into it myself.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. So are you saying that schools are not going to be around anymore? They're just going to get rid of schools?
No, I'm not saying schools are not going to be around anymore. It's just the affirmative action program of ensuring that they have a diverse population in institutions.
So basically, go back to it being the majority, not worrying about. We don't need a minority of whatever. We don't need. Those numbers are no longer important.
Right.
I got you.
Yeah, I have to look at that. You caught me off guard with that one. I have to look at that a little bit more. Because
like last week.
No, you good. I like it. What'd you say, Doug?
Yeah, that dropped like last Friday. And then another thing, because it was a few months ago for Florida, DeSantis took out the diversity inclusion stuff too out of schools too. So it's like slowly rolling where they're stripping away certain things from education. But on my side of things, like, no one can take your education away from you, especially with being in the Air Force. I heard someone say, if you don't utilize your TA and stuff like that, you join the military and you retire, without no education, like you did yourself a disservice, because you got free money. Like you might as well get as much as you can, because even though they do say a year or so, whatever, about the education, but at least you know that in your mind that you earned that stuff. So me, as long as I still keep getting free money, I'm gonna start taking classes, certifications, whatever.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with you that you should actually do that. I'm just saying that it's weird that that's where we're going to. They also said basically if you ever cheated, and I don't know who has ever used, Chat GPT is famous one, or Cactus or whatever, to use AI to write papers or discussions. Right. They were saying that they can go back an infinity amount of times because it's basically we all go online and they can look at your papers, and once AI catches up and they can detect AI, I don't know how they could do this, but they detect it on your paper, they're going to take your education away or take your degree away. I don't know if they could do that. That seemed like a lawsuit waiting to happen, but they are saying that they could take your education away because you have been found cheating. Now, I don't know if you can go back, how far, if there's a statute of limitation or whatever, how far you can actually go back with that stuff, because I'm sure there's people that cheated, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, just a different type of way. So I don't know about that one, but it's just weird that if that is going to be the thing, if people are going to just stop taking education, because like I got two cousins and they came out here, they're 12 and 13, and they were saying, like, what am I going to college for? And I mean, they made a very good argument, like, why do I need to go to college for when all I need to do is just get into something I really want to do, which 90% of it is all online, is what they really want to do.
And so I guess I think they had a good point, but I'm with y'all as well. Like, especially with Brown, they can't take it away from you. Like, nobody can ever take it away from. I mean, unless you're in that situation with the whole AI thing. But COVID and social media and the internet has taught people so much about being self-employed, how to be entrepreneurs, how to do it all without education. And maybe in that realm, that's what they're talking about, it not being important.
Yeah. For specialties are always going to be there, like Jeff said, the bar exam, doctors and stuff like that. I don't see that.
It's never going to go away.
Yeah.
And I think it's
even
always
human resources. I don't think it's going to go away, even though bots are going to try and take over human resources right now.
Yeah.
But even certain things like that, customer service, leadership, even small things like that, I don't ever see. You need people to do that. You can't train a bot or get leadership from talking to a bot. I don't think you can.
No, you see it all the time. You see people that's robots and they can't lead to say their damn life. But
did you see that one thing? And it was an army dude. Bro, it was an army dude. I'll have to find this again. But he did basically a feedback, what we call feedback. They do their whatever they call it. I don't even know what it's called, but basically same thing. He used Chat GTP to give a feedback. Basically, the dude was asking him questions. He would just type it in the Chat GPT and give him the answer back. Like
we don't need, man. We're going to this for a whole nother hour, but that is what we don't need, bro. How many times? Every time, almost every other show we talk, it always come back to the human factor. You can't replace that. It's irreplaceable. You cannot replace that, and especially when it comes to leading and managing people, or leading people and managing programs, you cannot replace the human factor. And people that don't have it or don't know how to utilize it to the best of their ability, they have a hard time, or their people suffer. So if we start leading society with that, everybody using GPT to communicate with people, it's gonna be a bad day. You know what I'm saying? And the last thing we need is and I hate to make it a generational thing, is for this generation to become more and more non-social. You know what I'm saying? Like they lose them social skills. Like that's the last thing we need. We seeing too much of it now. You know what I mean? And nothing against gamers. You know what I'm saying? But if you see a lot of these airmen now, and Dale, you probably can attest to it. They get off work, they go to their room, and they in their room locked in there if they on break for 3 days, they in their room playing. They go out to eat and maybe and then they back in.
Eat.
And that could be a thing too. The last thing we need is something to continue to minimize people socializing with people. That's the last thing we need, man. But that's what the world is going to. That's what the world is going to, man. I mean, you have a full-blown conversation with somebody and never look them in their eyes, going back and forth to text. And I've been victim to it. You know what I mean? I've been subjected to it because it's like you take out so much of, if you're a person that don't like being interrupted, right? If I'm texting you, I ain't got to worry about, I can get all my stuff out. I ain't got to worry about nobody interrupting me. Or if you don't like to be in close proximity of a person, or you're afraid of that confrontation, you're gonna text it, you're gonna send a voice memo or whatever. We already moving to that direction, and that's the worst thing. That's the last thing we need as a society.
Jess, are your kids familiar with AI and stuff like that for school, or no?
Yes, the oldest has talked about it a little, as to where the school won't allow it, obviously.
They won't allow it.
See what they tell her when she goes to college.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'll be interested to see where it goes a year from now. And I think Bab said it, like it's just supposed to be another resource to help out. Like I remember when, I'm gonna date myself, when encyclopedias were out, they were saying encyclopedias was cheating. When you would go look up stuff in encyclopedias, like you couldn't do that. And it's basically the same thing. It's just digital. So I think it's gonna run its course and figure it out from there. But I really think that institutions won't allow school to go away because they can't. That's their survival piece. Most states rely on colleges for income for their states. Even small schools or small states like Nebraska, like there's college or university is huge economic value for their state, how they keep their state running and keep people coming in. And Oregon's the same thing. North Dakota is the same thing. They all, you can go around the block with all this stuff, but not everybody's California and New York and Texas can just survive on their own without them. So they need these educations. So I mean, and like Dale said, we get it for free. So you might as well go out there and use it. You might as well.
Yeah. But let me ask y'all this. Who do you think it would impact the most with putting such a statement out there? Where education not having no more that much value as it should have, right? Or just putting that statement out there. Who do you think it would impact the most? Or who do you think will be more subjected to, huh?
I was about to say, will profit the most, or will profit the most?
Say it again. I'm on my end, it cut out for some reason.
Will profit the most?
No. Who would be affected the most?
The kids.
Yep.
The people going to be in college or even going to high school, in the next 4 or 5 years, and then going to college 4 or 5 years after that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's who's going to affect the most, because they're going to look at it. And I couldn't even tell you like what a teacher or a recruiter or a college recruiter is going to say, because getting to college is not easy, especially if you're getting into a big university. It takes work. And some people just get school easier, but you still have to apply. You still have to do things like that. You still have to write resumes, and you still have to write get character letters depending on where you're going. So it takes work. But it would just be, I don't know, it'd be weird. If it doesn't happen, it'd be weird. But I think certain professions will always need it. Like, oh man, I mean, you got your doctors and your lawyers, of course. But
yeah, it's always going to be there. It's always going to be there.
Social workers, it's always going to be
used.
Yeah, police officers, you need that. What's up, Cash?
Shout out to Cash. Hey, before you go anywhere, I'm gonna pull one of your moves on you, Pete. I ain't mean to interrupt. My bad. Hey, but shout out to little bro, man. If y'all ain't noticed, he been putting a lot of work in, man, trying to start his own clothing line and try to get his own brand off the table. And I'm looking in the closet. Let me find me a shirt to rock. So this is his brand right here. I don't know if y'all can see it. LM Legendary Moves. Shout out to Cash, man. I'm proud of you, man. You already know I am, man. Keep grinding, and you know we're gonna support as much as we can. Shout out to everybody that's out there doing their own thing, man, trying to come up with stuff, because we know it ain't easy. Just keep on grinding, man. And I talk to him about his grind, watch him grind, man. So anybody out there, you trying to come up with your own thing, keep pushing. But shout out to him.
15 years in the military, right?
Sure did. Congrats to you, little bro.
Who hit 15? I missed that.
Cash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cash money.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
man.
Yeah, tell me where we can get that at, so I can go ahead and support, man.
Hey, put your link in the comments, Cash.
Yeah. Make sure it's good quality.
No, it is, man. I can attest to it, man. I can attest to it. Yeah, he just dropped his website and everything, man. So I'm proud of that dude, man.
What's up, man? Trying to mess with you. He think you like Sheen.
Don't do that.
Sheen got them J's now.
Oh,
the what?
They got those fake J's, but yeah, they.
I'm about to say.
Man, listen, we ain't gonna get into that. We had to have Philly in here. We start talking about fake J's and stuff like
he
that.
Go on forever.
But anybody out there, keep going for your education, man. I know my ass, I slacked up moving back and forth, but I'm on it. I promise y'all that. But yeah, keep going for your education, man. Like you said, the number one thing is nobody can take it away from you, Brown. I agree with you 100%.
Don't cheat.
Yeah.
And I think, when I came in for education, obviously after the first enlistment, you get sold on, what we do for the nation. But yeah, that was one of my biggest goals. It's like, hey, come in, get my degree. And I thought I was going to stop after my master's, but even just working on this doctorate, it has been so enlightening to speak with other people in the field that I want to do when I retire. So I just tell people, don't forget that aspect. I'm with you, Dale. That's one thing no one can ever take away from you.
Yeah. Agreed.
Jess, I know you were going for your doctor. What was your motivation for doing that?
Doctor player. So
I know,
we got to change your name.
So I never thought I would love PME as much as I did, but I love teaching and I love being a therapist. So when I retire, that's what I want to do. Like, I want to be a professor at a college. I know it's going to be somewhere in Texas. I have decided that, but it's like, where do I want to go? My dream is to teach at a HBCU. I just think, taking this experience that I have from the military and taking it into that environment, just being an inspiration and teaching people what I didn't know. Like, if you would have told me back in the day what Pell Grant money was, I probably would have, but just making sure I'm able to do that. But my degree is in doctor of human services with leadership and organizational management. And it goes back to what you were saying, Pete. It's so easy because, it's stuff that we do every day. Yep.
Yeah. I got you. And you know what? Once I got my bachelor's, and it was in criminal justice, I was like, wow, I don't want nothing to do with any kind of security forces, any kind of law enforcement, any kind of 3-letter agency. Now, I ain't gonna say no, but I don't want to do anything like that. So that's why I went back for sports management. And I think I like you, I really enjoy getting into class and even the discussion forums, which I know are like a curse for everything. Is everything all right, Jess? I see you. Oh, okay. I'll let you do your thing. But yeah, I really got into sports management and talking to the people in sports meet up with so many people. And I think, Mike, what you kind of said, networking is so huge, man. I couldn't even value the amount of networking that gets done. Just going discussion boards and actually reading what they talk about. Yeah. It's like, oh man, like they're into the same thing I'm into, and they're on a different level of it than I was ever even thinking of.
Yeah, and the different perspectives when you start talking about you think, oh, I really like this, I'm gonna get into it, but then somebody blindside you with something completely different and it just elevate what you thinking, man. So, but bro, you already know I'm a huge fan of networking, man. Like when they, you know, I also always be thankful for the unit and the wing when I got to do D&I. Man, just meeting different people and reaching out. Pete, you know, coming over there teaching FTAC, man, and like just to talk to people. You know what I'm saying? If people knew how much they can learn and understand when you go to just talk to people, man, it ain't no feeling like it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, people from every end of the earth, every walk of life, you know, and you just grow your vocabulary and your experiences just by listening to people, man. But I agree with you, Jess. Being able to be in those environments and share your experiences and hear other people's experiences, man. Pete, you're right. You can't value it's priceless.
Right.
It's priceless.
That's what's up. Y'all got anything else?
That was the worst transition ever. I just want you to know that. I'm sorry. I had to say that was terrible,
I can't rewind
bro.
it. I can't rewind it. I would try to rewind it if I could.
Yeah, no. Look, we've been doing this too long for you to try to go out like that. You look like an AI when you just did that. We're about to change your damn name, man.
Pull it back a little bit.
Nah, man, but I think, man, we was into it all today, man. You know what I mean? But I think it all hit to where we need to hit to, man. Shout out to Philly, DC. Happy anniversary to him. Did we throw that out there? I know you said he was doing it, but did we wish him a happy anniversary?
Yeah. I mean, we can if we haven't.
Jose.
What?
We can.
Oh, Martinez. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Retired. Retired over there, man. He right. Networking is the key, man.
Yep.
Shout out to Martinez too, man, because he put me on with the 5-6 when he linked me up with 5-6 when I first got the loop, man. I was so locked in on mid shit, bro. He got me out. Hey, bro, look, I'm doing this. Shout out to him because he could have been that. He could have been that other tech sergeant to be like, I ain't sharing nothing that I'm doing. You know, I don't care about what nobody else networking. I'm a network on my own. But
Mike, we didn't have that. We didn't have that when we was both techs. It was damn sure wasn't like that. And that was the same thing. It was not like I'm gonna keep everything for myself like it is. I hate to say now, but it damn sure wasn't like that.
Not with us, not with us. But it was. Come on, you know it was people, but not with us.
People, but yeah. But I think there's a lot more on the other side of the spectrum now that are keeping it for themselves. Man, I'll tell you, it's a bad thing.
Whole nother show.
Bad thing like fucking Freedom Fest. People want them things for themselves now. Like, man, what the world? Like,
I'm done with Freedom Fest because those events, they are not FSS events, and it be killing me when we be trying to pull. Like, you just struck a nerve now.
Wait, I thought they were. I swear, I thought they were FSS events.
Oh no, sir! Like we help put them on for the wing, but it is a wing event. So like, when we work those events, so like just trying to get the participation from across the base, that's one of the things that we would appreciate if we had people to come in and help us with that load. I got to give a good shout out to security forces here at Tyndall because they were out there helping us a lot because we had Chef Robert Irvine come here for us.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow! I think we did the last one before I left. Pete, was it us? Was it me, you, and somebody else? I can't. Oh no, it might have been Martinez. I can't even remember. It was Cash. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, even though it's a lot of work, but
no, go ahead.
Even though it's a lot of work, though, like you said, again, you out there with people. You know what I'm saying? We had good time linking up with y'all and getting it done, man.
And that's what I was gonna say. Like Mike, to be honest, like you were in charge of it. I just wanted to be a part of it. Like, I didn't mind what you wanted me to do, just to make it successful for not only you, but for the organization as a whole. And you can expand out as far as you want, but it starts with you, right? Like, you in charge and you just my man. So it helped out like that. But if you need help, I don't give a damn. Like, you can have all the credit, none of the credit. But now it's like, if I ain't the POC, I don't want to do it at all.
I don't want to do it.
I don't even want to help at all. It's just like, man, I don't give a like, you ain't got my put my name on it.
Y'all that still keep their energy alive, like Jonathan Talley. Talley is still at Keesler, I want to say, and him and his girl, the Gaines. What I love about those two is regardless of what one or the other is doing, they always put each other on. And that's what I love about their relationship. They both made senior this year, but they always support each other. Oh, see, look, he done popped up in the comments.
That's weird. That was crazy.
Jonathan and the Gaines are, they're that perception of what we should see more of.
Yeah. I agree. It's weird when we don't, because I'll tell you, we just had it And if motherfuckers were not the POC, they didn't. Like, what am I getting involved for? What am I helping out for? Like, I'm like, dang. Like, I'll be honest, my family wasn't in town. I'd be out there, but my family's in town, so they came first. But it's just like, I don't care. Like, I don't need everything to be about me. And I think that goes back to what we were talking about with the Steph Curry situation with his wife and all that stuff. Like, it ain't got to be about me. It got to be about somebody else. And I'm good with supporting that because I'm going to have my turn. And when my turn comes, I'll capitalize on it. And when it doesn't, it won't.
And if you go ahead.
And I hope when it is my turn, other people will help out, because if I don't help out, how do I expect anybody else to? Go ahead, Mike.
Right. And if you a team, bro, like Cass said, it was easy kill because we all was involved, right? And then if you working like that, it's nothing for me to get something, be like, you know what? I had this last one. Hey, Pete, I know this going on. You want to take this? I got your back on it. You know what I'm saying? But you be the pivot point, and then we go from there. That mentality helps, bro, because you can start that connectivity, man, and you could create those relationships with your peers and people above you and below you or whatever. But that whole I gotta be the POC on I don't want to be involved thing, man, that shit is just, bro. You fired me up with that one, man. I just can't wrap my head around it.
For another episode, y'all.
We had to lock that one in because we probably gonna go another hour and a half. We do that, man, but. Shout out to everybody that's trying to connect teams. Keep trying to connect teams, man. If you a tier, you're a CNCO tier, you're a junior NCO tier, you're an airman tier. Work with the people to the left and the right of you, man. Bring people in. If you got a good opportunity, put people on, right? They might be your different aspect. Especially our tier, bro. Our tier, we got to lock in as CNCOs. We got to be able to communicate. We got to be able to share information, man. And because at the end of the day, I'm gonna leave it at this. At the end of the day, we go into a unit to figure out how we can make that unit better. That should be your goal. You go into a unit to see, let me figure out how I can suck this unit dry and get all the stripes that I can out of it. You're on the wrong page, man. Right. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close it down. I'm glad I made it through the relationship part of the podcast. I'm glad we transitioned to other stuff, and we'll be on for the next episode. Dale, what you got?
Now, I appreciate everyone tuning in on your Sunday afternoon. You could have been listening to anything, but you came and listened to the
Jay-Z
celebrities.
Jay-Z.
As we always say, please feel free to shoot us topics, or if you want to join, shoot the platform a message via Facebook or whatever platform you utilize. And we'll see y'all on the next one.
Yeah. Jess, where you at with it?
I second Dale's motion. I appreciate the fact that we're always on here. We can have good dialogue with everyone. We look forward to seeing you all next weekend.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Y'all said it the best. I appreciate it. Like, follow, share, comment, share again, like again. When y'all like it, I want y'all to vote on Peace intro because he be working hard over there. He be dropping bombs on us like Funk Flex, man. Dropping bombs like Funk Flex, man, with the intros, man. But shout out to everybody out there again. Congratulations to all the Tech Sergeant Selects. Wear that stripe proudly. Lead your people proudly. Be involved with your people, man, and train your replacements, because one day you move to that next stripe, you're gonna need somebody up under you to do the job just like you did. That's all I got. Y'all already know who it is. Unpopular Celebrities.
We out of here.
Peace.